Hello, and welcome to one of my walk and talk videos. This one's in Long Beach, California. These videos are unscripted and unrehearsed, so they're very natural and real. And hopefully you'll enjoy the places we're walking, which is the main attraction. This is a 360-degree video, so you can look in any direction by merely dragging your screen, or on a mobile device you can aim it in a different direction to look in a different direction. So don't be satisfied with the default view. Look around. Hi, what are you guys' names?
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Hi, I'm Paul. I am coming down here to explore Long Beach. I've never found this little place before. What is it called?
I have no idea, Paul. I'm not from here. I'm from Idaho.
So maybe we could be friends.
We could. Would you like to explore together?
Yes, let's do it.
We can explore this new area together. We shall be friends.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh my God, this sign over here changes depending on what angle we're looking at.
Interesting. Hey, do you know that we went fishing right here?
I just looked at it, I was like, oh, that looks really familiar. I looked over and I was like, oh, that's where we left to go fishing.
And then I made you the best fish tacos you ever had in your life.
They were the best.
Last time I was down here, I took the road on the right. Let's take the road on the left.
That sounds good to me. They were home and so I love you guys.
Uh-oh.
They already made it home?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, I guess it's almost 11. I keep forgetting that we walked.
At like 9 something, they were almost home.
I am 100% need help addicted to my phone.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
First step is admitting it, right?
Yeah, I have plans of how to somehow overcome this. I've created a little thing with the iPhone. You can quickly create a timer really easily. So I'm like, okay, I got to take an hour break now and then during the day where I cannot touch my phone. And that sounds like, an hour, are you kidding? And I'm like, that's a fucking difficult hour.
Well, now that you're retired with nothing else to do.
A minute into that, I'm all like, oh, I got it. Oh, no. Oh, wait, I got it. No. Well, this matters. I need to do this. No.
You let me know if your arms get tired and you would like a little push.
No, I'm
guessing
tired.
everyone would be responsible for
it. I figured as much, but I figured I'd offer. I don't mind pushing you. I have pushed you around Puerto Rico where the land is steep. And then I remembered when we were in Cabo, we were walking over to Cabo Wabo the same way me and you walked, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember pushing Pablo through here because the sidewalks are all super bad.
Yeah, go to Panama. If I walking around that area.
Are they really bad too?
It's a lot of up and down and cracked and broken sidewalks and everything. But fun experiences. So you guys are into international places.
Yeah.
You should come with me someday when I go to another country.
That would be fun. I just needed enough notice if it's going to be during my fire season.
Yeah, this is just that spot where we say, yeah, that sounds cool, but we don't ever make the plans to do it.
Oh no, but I want to make the plans to do it.
This isn't an obligation. This is just where you say, cool, yeah, I love that. And then I put you in the category of, wow, she likes that, but I never do it.
Gotcha. But if I bug you about it, maybe you'll go with us.
Always possible. Though I typically do international travel to be with a specific individual.
That's true, but we are two other specific individuals, so we don't have to hang out the whole time, but we could be like, oh, hey, I know you guys.
No.
Would you guys like to hang out for a little bit and do something fun?
If we went to a visa-free location like Spain or something like that.
Yeah, because then Daniela could come and then you have your vacation partner, but then we can still hang out and have a good time, because we had a really good time hanging out with you on the cruise a couple years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
That was awesome.
There was a whole lot I did not like about that cruise. And the one thing that I put in the, oh my God, that was amazing, was you and Chase's part in my cruise.
Well, good, I'm glad. No, I really enjoyed our, I like that we kind of stuck together all day in Puerto Rico and just
Adventured.
hung out and walked for 8 hours.
Yeah.
That was just very enjoyable for me. And then when me and you and Chase hung out on the loungers and had pina coladas and just talked and hung out on the back of the ship, that was very fun for me.
Yeah, pina coladas is a sore point. When I go to Cancun, I'm sure that Daniela drinks at least 500 pina coladas during that trip. But the good news is it's all beverages for free, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you go to the all-inclusive resorts, right?
In Cancun.
Yeah. We were looking at that, and then I was like, it's the same cost as a cruise. And I like to be on the boat. Yeah, Brett and Cheryl, we were just talking to them. They just left for 2 months. Well, I guess didn't just leave. They're going to be back in a week or so. But they were like doing 2 months in Europe.
Yeah.
Is that where they went?
Yep.
Going to like Italy and Spain and just jumping around for 2 months backpacking and whatnot. I was like, yeah, talking to them because they used to cruise a lot. And I was like, yeah, I have 3 cruises booked right now. I feel so weird. I don't normally have that many booked. And Uncle Brent's like,
That is, I've never ever had more than 1 cruise booked at a time.
well, Uncle Brent was like, well, with cruises, you never get to like live in the culture. Like you're just there for a day. And I was like, right, but I can go there, I can experience it for a day, and then I know if I want to go back.
Like a sample class.
Yeah, so like, we really want to go back to the Barbados and spend like a week in the Barbados because we had so much fun in the Barbados.
Where is Barbados?
Over in the Caribbean.
I can't geographically picture where the Barbados is. I know the name, but I don't really know where it's at.
It's just one of those little islands kind of right next to like
Southeast.
St. Lucia and St. Martin. Barbados is right in there in that little archipelago.
I don't even know what an archipelago is either.
It's a chain of islands.
Your mom is a chain of islands.
Well, yeah, she has 7 of us. We're all our own little islands out there having a good time. But yeah, I'm sold on cruising as vacation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Although next year when we do this, our big cruise, I want to take an extra week. And
Your big cruise, how many days is it?
12.
That's good. That's one of your relocation cruises?
No, it's we we cruise out of Dover, England, and then it goes to Ireland, Scotland, and then 4 different ports in Iceland, and then another island outside of Iceland, and then back to England. So it's just a out and back cruise. But
I'll have to check the timing and see if you're an island. Well, Ireland's not tiny. So
Ireland's pretty small.
Me, if I was in Dublin when you were in Ireland, or even if Daniela was in Dublin while you were quote unquote in Ireland, likely it wouldn't be a yip stop in a.
Yeah, it should be a fairly close trip.
Ireland's pretty small in comparison to here. Ireland's tiny. We're going to, let's see if I can find it on here if I'll remember it.
Yeah, then do a pinpoint there and take it to Dublin and see how far Dublin is from where you go.
Aren't we going to Belfast?
Yeah.
I think we're going to Belfast. Ireland. Directions to Dublin, Ireland. Not walking. Yeah, I guess it's not a hop skip. It's only 2 hours though.
Yeah.
That's not crazy far. I bet we could jump on a train.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to take an extra week because I was looking at flights to England versus flights to France, and it's cheaper to fly into France. And I've always wanted to go to the Louvre and see the Eiffel Tower. So I'm like, if I'm right there anyways, I might as well go. So we're going to fly into France is the plan, and then stay a night or 2 in France. And then we have 2 options. We can either spend like $120 to take the bullet train back over in a bullet train. I've never been on. That sounds like a really, really fun.
120 miles
Yeah.
an hour. or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that?
but that's like $120. Or it's like a $44 flight to go from France back over to London.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, well, we could just go on a...
40, that's pretty absurd.
Yeah, it's a little puddle jumper, and it's like a 20-minute flight, but I was like, I'll pay the extra money just to go on a...
Let's continue this side.
Okay. I'll pay
That
the
brings
extra
us
money
back
just
to
to
where we were.
experience a bullet train, because I've
Yeah.
never experienced a bullet train. So
That's the bridge you guys walked over.
It is. And that's the hotel we stayed at.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. Really cool. Other than they obviously just redid the flooring recently, and it's that, you know.
So I guess I misunderstood. The when you do that, it's not a cruise, it's an actual go to visit.
Well, it is a cruise, but I'm planning on adding an extra week to go to visit before we get on the cruise or after
Oh,
we
the
get
cruise
off the
starts over there.
Yeah, the cruise starts in England.
Okay.
So we got to fly over there anyways. And I was like, well, we might as well fly into France and just experience France.
Everything's so close.
Yeah, everything's really close. Like, I don't need to just jump on the ship. But yeah, then the ship goes to Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
Iceland.
If you were going over to that far away to start a cruise, no way you show up on the last day.
Yeah, exactly. You either got to, and my plan is to probably cushion a couple days before and a couple days after. That way it's not like, oh, we're going to go really hard and visit everything for a week and then jump on a boat for 12 days and then rush to get back.
Yeah.
I'd rather split it like 3 days on the front end and 3 days on the back end.
Oh my gosh, I know where we're going. We're going to the port where I left to go to Catalina.
The
That's right over there.
Yeah, the Catalina Express.
Yeah.
I always used to think Catalina was such a cool island, and then I've been to so many islands in the Caribbean. I'm like, nah. It's a desert island. It's not tropical. I prefer tropical islands.
Yeah, with blue, green, crystal clear water.
Yeah. Not that it doesn't have its own beauty, you know, but I very much enjoy the tropical waters.
Yeah. Definitely some really beautiful locations.
Yeah, we've done some really fun shore excursions in the Caribbean that were just like mind-blowing a little bit. We're going to Cozumel in December on our cruise, and I just booked our excursions yesterday for that cruise because I went online to look at a couple of things since I had service in Ensenada, and the excursions were already selling out.
Oh no.
I was like, no, I need to book mine now. But in Cozumel, we're doing it's an 8-hour day, and you get to go into an underground river that's one of the ancient Mayan like ritual places where they used to do rituals for the rain gods. And then you get to snorkel in an underground cave system. And then you go and you do zip lining. I was
On Cozumel or Cozumel, as
Yeah.
you say, or on Cancun right across the way.
oh, is it? Cozumel? Oh, yeah. Well, because we have to take the ferry, because you guys have stayed in Playa del Carmen before.
And
Right?
Cozumel. They
Okay.
say Playa del Carmen once. It's kind of weird. There's a new series on TV with the really famous actor who's funny. Can't remember his name, but anyway, it's about making movies, and he takes over the director of the movie studio, and it's interesting the insight he gives to movies. But anyway, the director that's for the movie, he's putting himself right there and saying, oh boy, I love this spot, and making all kinds of problems. But what he's insisting on is something he calls a bookend. He says, like, they started off the movie with her walking and taking a hit of a joint. Then you go all through this crap, and I want to bookend at the end. Where at the end, you see her take a joint, and as she's walking along that same joint, she says, that's bookend, it's really what you do. So then I thought, well, that was kind of interesting. And then that same night, I watched a movie, and the movie starts with this couple in a taxi. Then all kinds of crap happens, and at the end, the two couples are in
the taxi.
And you're going, oh my God, that's like a bookend. It's just like what you said.
It's the full circle. You always got to come back to the starting point to close out a story.
And with Danielle and me, the very first place we ever met was Playa del Carmen, at what's now the Hilton down there. And for some reason or another, I had this big goal for us to go back to that same place.
Right.
So this very last vacation, we went back there, and I paid $350 for one day to just hang out inside the hotel, which was a horrible deal. But still, we got pictures in the same exact spots where we first met and everything. Then once I was done with the whole thing, I was all like, bookend. I was making a bookend. And it's weird because my mentality kind of leaned itself to that whole scenario. Like, make it start and end in the same spot. Start and end.
So is Playa del Carmen part of Cozumel, or is it its own?
Well, Playa del Carmen is a bit south of Cancun. Cancun, it's easy to get to Isla Mujeres, which is another island of the girls or something.
Right.
But it's another island that's just right off the shore. But then if you go down to Playa del Carmen, you go across the water just a little way, you can get to Cozumel. And when I used to be all about getting that expensive tequila that I bought in Cozumel, if I was still of that mentality, I would tell you when you're over there, give me some of the tequila. But it took me 6 years, and I finally got back there and got that same tequila. But now it's just sitting in the cupboard. What was that about anyway?
Well, because our excursion, we hop on a ferry and we go to Playa del Carmen.
Oh, cool. So
And
you're going to go from Cozumel to Playa del Carmen?
Yep.
Yeah, well, right where you land in Playa del Carmen, likely, is by the hotel where Danielle and I first physically met.
I shall have to go take a picture for you and be like, hey, new bookend.
Well, don't pay $350 to walk around the hotel for a while. But that wasn't a good deal.
Yeah, that's expensive. No, thank you. I like to do my walks for free.
Yeah, the really cool thing down there is Fifth Avenue, or Avenida,
Cinco?
whatever they say. I don't know how to say fifth in Spanish. Cinco is 5, but I don't know how to say fifth.
Cinco.
But anyway, that's like a several mile long closed off street where cars don't go.
Oh,
and you
cool.
got shopping things on either side. So you can pretty much spend a day almost just walking from one end of that to the other end and back.
I enjoy the walks to even down the shopping areas, even if I don't buy any souvenirs. I just like to walk and see what the different markets are like.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I like walking. Like what we're doing is really fun for me. See, there's where I bought my last Catalina trip.
Catalina Express. Is that when you went with Steve and Carol before they moved?
Well,
or have
I
you
did
been
it
back
with
since?
Steve and Carol, as well as by myself. With Steve and Carol, I created a video that takes off from here, and they're sitting on that little steps over there, I think. I have no idea where we're going.
We'll just go make a loop. This probably loops back around, right?
Yeah, I kind of feel it'd be fun to cross the street and go to the Pike and stuff, but I'm not sure where I am compared to the Pike.
We're lost. We will never find it ever again.
We're lost. Yeah, you guys have been walking and cruising and all that for 5 days already, so probably you were like, let's go and sit down at Shoreline Village and hang out with Paul. And then Paul gets there and is like, let's walk.
No.
I'm enjoying our
I'm
walk.
the one who said, would you like to go for a stroll? We like to walk. We, where were we? It was the last time we were in California when we were visiting Ayana last August. And we turned in our rental car the morning before because our hotel was right across the street from Ontario Airport. Like less than a half a mile walk to get to the terminal.
Yeah,
and,
it's like, why would you get in a car to do something like that?
Yeah, and so we start to walk, and this guy stops us like, hey, you want to ride? Like, the airport's really far away. We're like, no, we're good, thank you, though. And then we turn right to walk down the sidewalk that goes in front of the airport, and the shuttle bus stops.
Maybe like 800 feet from the door.
And they're like, yeah, maybe 800 feet from the door, and they're like, you want to ride? It's super hot. It's such a long walk. And they move like another 800 feet after we told them no, and they stop and let everybody off the bus.
That's funny.
What's wrong? But that's a very California thing, I guess. Like, why walk when you can ride?
Yeah, because nobody walks in LA.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Nobody walks in LA. Walking in LA.
I just don't get why it's such a hard concept to go for a little walk. Now, we don't walk very much where we live because there's no sidewalks on the streets and it's 60 miles an hour. So with big trucks coming.
Yeah, and you could die.
Yeah. And I prefer life, you know?
I think it'd be really cool to take that thing out.
What?
The Queen Mary.
Oh,
yeah,
go
the
cruise
Queen
on the
Mary's
Queen
cool.
Mary?
Yeah.
Well, you can cruise on the Queen Mary too over in England.
When I was in Cancun, we went to a museum with Daniela. And one of the things we passed by was a ship. And she said, is this the ship where you go over? Because it was a model of the ship. She said, is this ship where you go and take pictures all the time? And I go, look over at her with disdain, and I say, no, it has 3 stacks. Why would you think that? And I look on it, and it's Queen Mary 2. And I'm like, oh, wow, you remembered the name of the ship.
Doesn't the Queen Mary 2 have 4 stacks? Or is it
no,
less stacked?
it's just 2 stacks.
It was only 2 stacks?
And it was called Queen Mary 2. But maybe there's another Queen Mary 2.
The QM2.
There was this, in this Ripley, believe it or not, that we were in, there was the longest chain made out of paper, where you fold chain.
Yeah, make it. How long was it?
Miles.
Ridiculously long?
Yeah. It was from one reel to the next reel, from one room to the next room. It just went on and on and on forever. And she said, what if it got broken? And I go, then it would not be the longest anymore. She goes, oh. And then she likes touching things. So I'm doing this kind of a video when it happened. And she reaches down to pull up a portion, and the other portion falls off. And then she comes back over to me and she goes, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's leave.
It is no longer.
I broke the chain.
You can see her kind of whispering into my ear, and she's like, okay.
Okay, we have to go.
But it was like the last 7 inches of the chain was stopping, so.
And all they have to do is cut a new paper strip and staple it on. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Now it's extra long. She
but
added a link.
it was supposed to be 25 miles, and now it's 24 miles, 0.99991.
All right, but we don't know how long the second longest chain was, so it might not be the longest chain anymore.
Exactly. Those
Because
extra
it might have
7
been
inches
it
are
might
what
have been
matter.
25.999997.
That extra 7 inches matter.
Yeah, for me, even though I can have 4 inches, I'm pretty good off.
That's why I was like, oh, if you want to break the world record for something, you break it by a second or 2 seconds. I don't got to shatter it. I still own the world record until somebody beat it.
Yeah, and you're like, nobody else is going to want to do all that work to get to that last little bit. So I'm freaking done once I break that record.
Exactly. That cruise ship is loading passengers now.
Anyway, another story about the Queen Mary. Back when it used to have life rafts all around the edges, I did a video of it and so forth from the drone. But then they decided to close it down, and they decided to tear it apart piece by piece and throw it away. And I was all like, I can't believe they're going to do that with my good old Queen Mary. But the city was not willing to invest the money in it anymore, and it's a city-owned treasure. So they were going to just do that, but somehow or another, because all the people reaching out and saying, no, they decided to fix it back up, but in the process they sold off all the
Lifeboats.
lifeboats. There's only one that still exists on it. But then they sold it off, and it opened up again towards the end of last year. But for a while, when you were talking about the possibility of riding on it, that's just to say that it's in such disorder that they not only were going to take it away from being a hotel, but they were literally going to junk it. So somehow I don't believe anybody's going to ride on it again.
That would have been very sad. The Queen Mary has been a staple of the Long Beach shoreline for so long now.
Yeah, it was. I have a very vivid memory from when I was 6 years old. My dad taking me on the Queen Mary there. And when I look back in history, it looks like that's about the time that they docked it.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad must have said, hey, there's a new Queen Mary it's actually important. Let's go visit it as a museum kind of a thing. So I think that I saw it within years or months of the time that it showed up there.
That's cool. I didn't realize it's been here. I know it's been here my whole entire life.
I think it's actually floating though. Like it's not
I believe so,
docked
yeah.
on dirt. It's literally floating, though the water doesn't go up and down. I would think with that much time and so forth, it would start leaking. But
They probably send underwater boat mechanics underneath. They do the divers and stuff.
Is it a metal hull?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know how old it was. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
it's all steel.
no, they get plastic.
that's why it's still floating.
Plastic never degrades.
They have created things, science, with self-healing surfaces that somehow there's some reaction that happens, and when they break, there's actually a molecular reaction that reheals that surface.
Like nanotechnology.
Yeah, pretty weird some of the things that they come up with, but not cruise ships. So there's no cruise ships made out of self-healing.
That's
We're
because they're
talking
waiting for the
things like
Titanic too.
Tiny devices. Apple's working on a foldable iPhone supposedly, and one of the things that they've come up with is a technology that allows the bending spot that it self-heals. So there's some weird interaction that goes on with that, where if it gets scratched and stuff, it somehow heals itself. But it also takes over your life and kills you.
I can believe that.
Is that why you're taking your hour break a day from your phone? So it doesn't completely take
Oh
over?
no, that's an hour break a month. What the hell? I'm not an hour break a day. Are you crazy?
Not trying to go to extremes here. Just
Yeah. But even when I do the break, I'm like, never is communicating with friends something that I'm excluding. So if somebody sends me a message, I'll respond. But then I won't go to TikTok or Facebook or Google
that's good.
Stories or whatever. And yeah, I'm not really once a month. It's more frequent than that. But it's still, it's just something recently I started doing because I realized that it's honestly a problem.
I very much enjoyed this cruise because I didn't buy any of the Wi-Fi. We bought the $5 text
Yeah, I was
so we
all
could
like,
text
how
each
come I
other.
sent her a message and she hasn't responded to me.
Well, because I never get to just disconnect from work, and I made it a point to tell them before I left, you're not going to get a hold of me until I'm back at work on Friday, so don't try to. But it was very enjoyable, just not, at least the 2 sea days, because I had service in Mexico. It was just nice not having my phone go off and not like doom scrolling, Facebook, TikTok.
Did you ever see the song I created called Death Stroll?
I don't think so.
It was, I used video from Cancun, from Playa del Carmen for it. But it's one of my more popular, as far as subscribers, one of my more popular songs. And it's talking about the tendency. I changed it from doom scrolling to death scrolling. But it's like, talks about the tendency to go to some amazing spot and then sit there hunched over your phone.
Just death scroll. The new generation, you know what they call it?
They call it pooping.
It's not called doom scroll or death scroll anymore. It's called rotting.
Rotting?
Rotting. That's the new term that them young hip kids are using.
It's probably a better term.
Just rotting. Like,
that's a good description.
that works.
Yeah, there's just nothing of value that you're going to have. But it's weird. Like when I'm staying away from my phone and I'm kind of like worn out from the day, not from doing things, but just from the tedious characteristic of the day, then I say, I'll go back to my phone and go to TikTok and start scrolling. Here's me doing the scrolling. I'm like, hard day. I'm like, oh, I'm having fun now. And I'm like, why? There is nothing of value here.
Yep. But it's because it's easy, mindless for your brain to just sit there. And it's what I do when I get home from work a lot of the time. It's like, okay, I'm going to go take a shower and I'm going to go lay down. And then I go lay down and I just decompress by scrolling through my phone.
Yeah. In moderation, it's good. But literally, if I put my phone down within 2 minutes, I'm going to be thinking of something that makes me need to pick it up again. Like, wait, I need to do this, or wait, I need to look at that.
Yeah.
Or wait, what about the other thing? I'm going the left side this time, which is a different path than we were last time.
We're zigging and zagging.
We are. I still think that I could get one of those, and with very little modifications at all, make it work for my wheelchair, where I just get up on a wheelie and set it down.
Yep.
And just create some hooks on either side, so I lean over. And okay, and then once I'm on, just go off.
You'd be so fast. You'd be like Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
Airplanes. Hey, we will be up in the sky tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll be taking off from the Long Beach airport.
We're gonna fly so good.
Yeah. Oh. Flights are cool. What's
Yeah.
the longest flight you've ever been on?
To Japan.
Oh, that's...
Well, it was 14 hours to China, and then another, 4 hours to Japan from there.
Yeah, I can't see the ability for me to go on a 12-hour flight simply because I can't use the restrooms in the plane.
Right.
But Dublin, I would go like 6 hours to New York and then 5 hours to Dublin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that seems entirely
That's
doable.
feasible. We were very spoiled coming back from the way to and the way home from Puerto Rico, because I usually fly as premium economy because Chase is so tall. I want him to have that extra leg room. And we usually fly Delta, but I was looking at United, and United first class was cheaper than Delta premium economy.
Oh, wow.
So we got to fly first class, and our leg from
Texas.
from Houston to San Francisco had the full 180-degree recline lay down loungers in first class. And now I feel so spoiled, but looking
like
at those,
like a balcony on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Wait
like
a
Chase could
second.
lay all the way out and his feet didn't even touch the seat.
I actually slept on an airplane.
I had 5 windows in my section,
Wow,
5
that's crazy.
airplane windows, and I'm like, oh well, when will I ever find this deal again? And then I look and like, it's just way too expensive to try to go to London first class. I'm like, oh well, I'm glad we experienced that, but I was like, oh, lay down. And it sucked because we were both really, really tired the whole time. But we were trying to stay up as long as possible so we could enjoy first class, and we both ended up falling asleep for a couple hours.
That's one of the
It was-
benefits of being able to
yeah,
actually...
but it was like, oh, the service is really good. And I was just like, oh no, I need to lay down and take a nap.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first time I've wanted to stay up on an airplane, been so comfortable, and then still took a nap, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I went on a flight once from Hawaii to California, and because of the wheel gear, they put me in first class.
Oh, nice.
And then during the flight, somebody was coming back with something to drink and a hot rag, and they went to put it down on my thing, and they go, oops, oh, no, that doesn't go to you. They picked it back up and took it away again, and I'm going, bitch, I'm in first class, even though I didn't pay for it.
I would like a hot rag. I would like a hot rag and a drink.
Yeah. Have I been taking video this whole time? What the hell?
The pipe.
Enough of that nonsense.